Not a fan of that, but I am a fan of the video game Destiny 2, which this podcast is about. Helm the Tower.
They made a second one.
They made a second one. Can you believe it?
That's right. I can believe it with how many hours I've put into this video game. Good Lord.
Shit.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. As much as I don't know about you two, Ari O'Neill, Cam Koenig. Hello. I'm Mike Burgess.
Hey. Hello.
As much as I've been enjoying the highest rated Destiny 2 campaign and currently the highest rated thing on a Metacritic period right now.
For 2024, right?
Yeah, for 2024. I don't feel like looking at this game right now because I've just looked at it for so much and played so much. That's where I'm at.
I played 0 Destiny today. And
Same.
I feel fucking great. Yeah.
Same.
I probably will play later. I'll be real with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm just trying to get my power up.
Yeah. I'm
kind of. I got to get ready for fucking Grandmaster Excision next week. Like,
I don't know what that's gonna entail.
I'm so excited to see what the fuck that is.
What the fuck is that?
I don't like why Grandmaster like difficulty. Why did that have to be the one that was
master
or expert or whatever the fuck they call it?
Honestly, very funny to me. I know we're like definitely jumping ahead here a little bit, but like I saw I think Katarina confirm on Twitter, no matchmaking for that. So you got to find a crew of 12, like, which I think kind of owns.
Yeah, especially after people got really mad at this other thing we will talk about.
Yes, for sure.
Really having to find one single other person to play this video game with. Now being like, all right, let's get 11 people together to do this.
Burn it all down, motherfuckers.
That like just screams like, I don't know, let's just fucking do it. Like somebody just like made the joke in like some like dev discussion and they just said like, okay, yeah, fuck it. Just literally. And then they just, now that's the thing. And I don't know if it's going to be even worth doing in any capacity other than the one time, like, cause that's the vibe with a lot of like harder Destiny content and like the seasonal, granted this is tied to the expansion, so it might be different. But like, I don't know, we'll still have to see what it is. It seems like a weird thing to do for sure. But I still want to see like what the fuck that even looks like.
Yeah.
Seeing 12 people
How
get
many
wiped.
champions can be on screen at one time.
Yeah, and then seeing like 12 people get wiped and get sent to orbit while they're like trying to do that shit.
Like Excision with Extinguish sounds fucking brutal, actually.
Yeah, the Witness just absolutely
especially
blasts.
like specifically for that damage phase, because it's like pretty similar to how the damage phase is during the raid.
Yeah.
And the reason it took people like over 24 hours to clear sometimes just that encounter is because that damage phase is so demanding at minus 20.
Yeah.
So minus 25 sounds good, right? Like sounds good with you.
I'm down. Like I'd be interested to see if they still give you like all of the relics and like the heavy ammo box, and if people are just gonna like fucking just camp outside a fucking Saints bubble and just be like, all right, this is my home. I'm gonna stay here forever. But like, I'm also probably in my head just underestimating how much fucking firepower 12 Guardians can put out. Grandmasters like right now are already definitely the easiest they have ever been, just in terms of like how much we as a player base have fucking power scaled up to it. So I'm really interested to see what this looks like.
And they've kind of just been the same ones for over and over again for a while. We've not really gotten like we don't get a lot of new strikes, and then we get battlegrounds, and battlegrounds are just kind of whatever. So it's like, for sure.
Interested to find out what's up with that. Hopefully, I'll have an update for you next. Would that be next week's podcast? Probably.
Yeah, probably. Probably. Do talk about that next week if that ends up, if you're able to clear it or see whatever the fuck's going on with that.
Yeah, I just want I'm gonna try to get a group together to clear it. I'm talking with my raid team and they're all just like, this sounds stupid, I'm in. Like but
fuck it.
We'll see if I clear it. I at the very least just want to know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, we had a lot of stuff. We had a lot of stuff like popping off this week because catching up from last episode. We have Echoes has begun. You can see video watchers here on YouTube. I've updated our banners to reflect that as I try and do to keep it. I don't know if that's weird. It's like a weird thing for YouTube to be like, why you keep changing things? Even though like this change was like from like many months ago. Like, you know, I only changed it for many months because I changed it when like a season carries over or an episode carries over, just because I like to. It pleases my brain to like be like, hey, when you scroll through our YouTube page, you can see the thumbnails, and the thumbnails will have different colors on them because they notify like what kind of era or season we were in talking about stuff.
Yeah, I like that. So I like that. YouTube can eat my whole ass if it doesn't like that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Tell them.
Yeah, it's like it's not consistent or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Echoes has started. We got the first week of that stuff, the kind of the kickoff to that. We also got this video of them talking about the journey ahead, and they kind of gave us like some teases of all the episodic stuff and like the teasest of teases of we're gonna get something again in next year for Destiny 2, whether that's probably another expansion or something else. Remains to be seen, but that's more unlikely. We can get more into that in a second. But there's that, and then the dual Destiny exotic mission also dropped, which is the exotic mission to go get class items, which I've done. I think we've all done a couple times, right? Or at least once.
I've done it like 6 times, baby. Let's go.
I have just done it once, and then a lot of my like class item farming has just been going through the Pale Heart and just mindlessly working on my Pathfinder for this week. So, yeah.
I've done it on my Hunter and my Warlock, and I need to get my Titan like caught up to post game stuff, which I haven't even started the campaign on that yet. But like I said, like I you know, not to like, you know, I'm not. It's not.
Get in the controversy, Mike.
No, it's
be not, angry.
No, I'm not angry at all. I am more just like tired of like I just want to look at other things for a little while. That's all. Because I played. I've since Final Shape came out, I pretty much have turned this video game on. Not too soon after I wake up in the morning and then play it for like more than half the day, or just like leave it kind of on and like do other things and then turn back over to do something and just played a lot in this like week and a half. So it was just like literally today I like didn't even boot up the game at all, and maybe that's
it's good to take breaks.
Exactly, like, and that's like probably at least my weekend. Like I really want to get a clear of the raid at least done, and then like I feel like once I'm like cleared the raid, then I can be like, okay, let me like really just like I want to go play some other things and like go back to doing some other stuff, doing like some video things maybe for our channels that have like now. I know we're doing podcast here, but like man, what's the last? I don't even want to look at the last time a video upload was on youtube.com/irrationalpassions, because boy, that's been a while.
Probably May. Yeah. I mean, I'm also like, I would like to, it's life happens. I want to write a review. I'm working on a written review of Destiny 2, The Final Shape.
Oh, wow.
I know, crazy. And yeah, I want to get clear of the raid in. I'm collecting my thoughts, which means I'm not playing Destiny. I'm like, letting it sink in from Destiny.
Yeah.
Similar. Yeah. I haven't even done the seasonal stuff. Seasonal stuff, episode stuff, from this week. I've done a little bit of it, and then we did a thing together yesterday, Mike. I think that's it. But yeah, so like I'm behind on that, but like there's so much of the actual expansion to play, and then other video games, and then I would like to read a book or something. I did other things today, like reading and going for sun outside things.
Excellent. I could say like we can probably get into the episode stuff, Echo stuff first, because like there's not. I'll be honest and say like there's nothing too much yet to really like grab me with that stuff.
Setting some groundwork here. I did think
it was like a first week, like okay.
I did think it was interesting that something that we'll get into a little bit later about how at the end of the journey ahead thing, they were like, oh, Destiny 2 project or codename Frontiers is coming, and then literally in the first cutscene of this episode was just them, like it was just Osiris and Saint talking about how they've always dreamed about leaving the solar system and going on like their own journey. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you're just outright spelling it out what we're gonna do. Like that rules, absolutely. I'm here for it.
Yeah, there's more of that for sure in that
yes.
In that journey ahead video too, of like pretty clearly setting up what's the at least what frontiers or kind of the idea of like the next chapter.
We've kind of exhausted our solar system in terms of like things we can do. And I think that there is a lot more interesting things to still be like further explored out past that. So it just kind of makes logical sense. But I did think it was very funny that like you load into the game, fucking Tuesday episode just started, and it's like, by the way, we're probably gonna leave the solar system. I'm like, okay, cool, like, got it.
Yeah,
cool,
great.
Gotcha.
It's chill here now. We took care of it.
Yeah, we kind of took care of it. Like the traveler shot some weird shit out of it, because of stuff we did, because we killed the witness or whatever, and now we need to figure it out.
I do love that narrative hook.
Yeah,
fucking get his ass. I do love that narrative hook though.
Just like these weird mysterious things that have like shot off, and
the traveler's like not entirely light anymore. It's light and dark,
which is like
it's transforming
kind of
into something
fucking crazy
else,
to think about.
It's interesting
how like I loved in the intro mission for Echoes. Failsafe points out that whatever hit Nessus was not a meteor because it would have left an impact. This was like just like it like bent the space around it to keep going into the planet's core,
like
which is
cut through the planet.
It's kind of fucking rad to think about.
Yeah, super cool. And it's definitely interesting because it's like it has that like pinkish aura that like prismatic stuff does. So like I'm wondering if this is like how they also give us more like prismatic stuff as well, like as we get
kind of cool
towards the later end of the episode and later acts or something, maybe that plays into it, or they explain like how we tapped into this power more, or what it even is. Clearly it's like something kind of beyond the knowledge of everything we still kind of know, because we have like, you know, we were able to tap into it, but it seems like no other Guardians have been able to tap into that yet. And also like they showed like in that crazy, like in the opening of Final Shape with that crazy vision sequence, we like see the D1 like opening cinematic astronaut like fucking like using prismatic and shit, and you're just like, what the fuck? What is happening? What the fuck is this? Yeah,
that cutscene is so fucking cool.
Yeah,
it
is.
Good.
It is awesome. God. There's like tons of stuff in that, and so like so I'm sure like they might like figure out like how to like elaborate on what that power is more through some of that stuff. But outside of that though, like I will say, like, you know, it is only week 1, so it's hard to know for sure, but I definitely did not feel a big shift from like a first week of any other season to like a first week of this, where it's just like, all right, I went to the Helm and talked to a vendor, and the vendor had some stuff I could grab from them, and then I went and did an activity, and then I did some more dialogue from them, and then it was over, and I was like, okay, well.
I think that there is at least a little more there than I think like the start of a season, but like overall this whole thing does absolutely just feel like, oh, it's just season 20. Would it be 25 if we were still doing seasons?
It's like 24 or 25.
24 or 25. Like a lot of it was just like, all right, go to the Helm, run a seasonal activity, great, go back to the Helm, listen to somebody talk, all right, go do something else. I think that there is some like neat and interesting stuff there. Like I love that Nessus just looks different now a little bit.
Yeah, it seems like it'll change even more as the weeks go, because like some of like
which
the stuff in the trailers,
a really cool
and other stuff,
idea.
Like, I like that a lot
because Nessus has looked the same for 7 years now.
I mean, so. I don't know how you boys feel about Failsafe, but I love Failsafe.
So I will tell you what I told some people in my raid crew, and I feel this with my whole chest. I do like Failsafe quite a bit. I think Failsafe is a great character, and like I like what they're doing with Failsafe, specifically about her being like kind of bummed that she has missed out on everything.
Yeah,
which is funny,
extremely funny.
But I what I told to my raid crew is that I know or have known people that really, really, really fucking loved like early D2 Cade 6.
Sure.
Just like insufferable, like
Yeah.
just quippy, out of nowhere, not earned, just like annoying kind of bullshit. But they fucking hated Failsafe with
It's
a 100.
It's kind of the same, yeah.
With a 100% certainty, it has definitely come out that they just hate women. So,
oh, okay, got it.
Yeah,
understood.
Yeah, I know people now who are just like, yeah, I like both of them, or like, I like Failsafe fine, or like, or they're just like, I didn't like either, and I'm like, cool, that's also fine. Like,
it's also
great,
fine, but you can't just not like Failsafe.
I would say at the time I did not much care for either of them. I didn't care for Failsafe or Cade 6 much so in the early days of D2, but like over time I was just kind of like, whatever. Like, I kind of moved on. Like, it's
we
fine.
haven't gotten Failsafe since then.
Yeah,
right? Like,
exactly.
That's kind of the bit, but
yeah.
I think they did a very good job addressing
I think
that.
so too. Yeah,
just very
like,
funny.
sure, yeah, and like it would, yeah, and it would be a weird thing to be like, hey, let's go back, let's make Nessus like a big focal point of this episode, and not have the main like narrative character that was always there this whole time, who like we were there the whole time with. So like it makes sense to like have her involved in some shape or form, and I think it's fine. I think like having like her and like Saint 14 interact in like a weird goofy way towards each other was like a fun
good. Yeah,
it was like a fun mix.
It's so good, yeah, and like
how,
her and
like,
Osiris and stuff.
Yeah, and just how like Osiris is like very serious about shit, and like Failsafe and Saint are both very much just like, yeah, we'll crack a joke.
Yeah, they're goobers.
Yeah, they're kind of goobers a little.
Like,
it's great.
What?
I really do
fun.
like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's I think that it was really cool that you could like go onto the planet and then do the weird like, oh, you're standing in a plate and there's like text up in the corner and you have to find a way to decode that to like figure out to like access the other like seasonal activity. I think is really cool.
Yeah,
which I haven't done yet.
It's I like it. I really enjoy it, but it is a timed thing and the timer is fucking tight.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
kind of like
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked that a lot more than the other thing we did, which is what was it called, like override, or it's not override because I think override's the splicer stuff.
Yeah, I literally was just like, oh, it's
else.
expunge and override, but it's not.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's like the like the 3-player activity that's like, I forget, it's breach
that's
something
Enigma protocol, and then the main seasonal one is breach executable.
That's what it is. Breach executable is like the 3-player. That's the thing you and Kay did. And that's like generally fine. Like it does remind me a lot of like the splicer like 6-player activity, but like it's a little bit like not as I think that one was okay.
It's a bit monotonous, yeah.
But this one feels a little like that starting out. But I'm sure it'll like probably there'll be like another different version of it. Like
I'm kind of surprised that Enigma Protocol has matchmaking, because it very much feels like an activity that traditionally wouldn't have it.
The hard version of the 3-player activity has matchmaking. Finally.
Yeah. Like that's cool. Like I do appreciate it. But also like I don't know. The couple of times that I have tried to run Enigma Protocol, like it just kind of fell apart.
People weren't shooting the things they need to shoot.
Yeah,
because like the same thing happened with the coil in those first few weeks too. So I feel like
totally
better.
I like as time goes on, like, and there's like a lot of people who were like. There were like a few like lower guardian ranks that were like queuing in, and that's like totally fine.
Some of those pleb twos, I get
or like people who like got in on the final shape, like this is maybe their first expansion or something, and like that's cool. Like you got to figure it out somewhere.
Fuck? Like, they just
totally.
Who the fuck is failsafe?
The way that it kind of works, Ari, is it starts out with an incredibly low timer, kind of like the exotic mission, but you have to basically break certain things on the way to where you're going to add like 30 seconds at a time. And you don't really get a whole lot more time.
Okay.
And so it is just like a constant like battle of like trying to get through it as fast as you can, but also hunting and looking for these like yellow triangles that are just like in weird spots around the arena as you're like looking through it.
And you know when to, I do like that, like, you know when to look for one, because like if you kind of start moving past one, you like literally like the level, because you're like in a Vex network like area, and they're like straight up the areas from like those like sequences.
I think one of them is
Splicer,
from
like there's
from
straight
Override. Yeah,
there's like
it's
a
like
bunch
the
of
one with
areas
like the
pulled.
slide that you go down with like the three sections.
There's like the slide with the 3 sections. There's like a couple of different areas. There's like ones with, like the lifts that like like ping pong you around. Like it's a bunch of different like parts cut from those, kind of all mishmashed together. But yeah, like the whole like those areas just start glowing red, and that means there's like one of those crystals nearby that you can shoot to give yourself more time. And then, but yeah, it feels like what it is, where it's like it's not like full on coil. Granted, I think like with more weeks that they might add more to it, like they did with stuff like that. But if
I've noticed that there are different like areas on Nessus that have like different plates that you stand in, and it basically gives you like, here's like some decoded instructions. And so I'm wondering if there are going to be like multiple of these.
Yeah, or I'm thinking it's gonna be like that, like there's multiple you can choose from, or it's gonna be like or it's gonna be like deep dive, or like the coil, where like that's gonna add like another extension onto that, because you can do that in that activity already, where it's like you basically like run through those speed zones, but then you get to a combat encounter, and then you finish that combat encounter, and then you get to like an end, and it has like a chest, and you get loot from it. But then there's like a big portal in the back, and you can just keep going, and you can just like go through the portal, and then it starts it over, and you can just, I think for now you can just do it like a second loop. So you just take a second loop, you get to the end, and then you get more loops. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's like as more weeks get added on, you get more loops.
And more. Yeah, I think there might be like a couple of issues with it currently. I don't know if this one in particular is an issue, but there is something that you can do once you reach the like end point after you finish the first section after that combat encounter, where there is like a little thing that if all 3 players interact with it, it will just reset and you go on that first one again. Whenever I did that, the timer went away. I don't know if that was intentional or not.
Interesting.
It'd be kind of neat if it was intentional, because then you like get a little bit more time to like plan a route after just like forcing your way through it or something.
Sure.
I wasn't able to clear the second one. This one, I think there might actually be a bug or something with it, where at the end of the second one, after you finish the boss, who is like super tanky, there is a like decently long Sparrow section. And once you're like going through the Sparrow section, you can like run into those triangles like while you're on the track, or like doing jumps over stuff or whatever. Every time that one of my fire team hit one of those with like our Sparrow, it just didn't add any time at all, so we wiped.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a bug, because I went through those sections and people were smashing through them, and we were getting time, and we were able to get to it through that. So that definitely seems
and
like
then
a bug
after that happened, I'm like, I don't want to do this again, so I just went and did something else. So.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, because it does. It's like an end sequence. So yeah, where it goes to like that the Lightfall track, when it's like a big track of that you're driving around, which is fun. So like I liked the pacing of it, because it felt like it was what it feels like is like they're probably working on this season when probably while Season of the Wish was coming out, and everyone was going like, "Oh my god, the coil, holy shit!" And they're like, "Oh my god, people love this shit. Oh my god, we gotta." And so they probably like frantically started putting this thing together, and it feels like a amalgamation of like a bunch of Splicer stuff, just kind of formed into this thing that they could make in time. But I think like that when While again, I said like, my one Christmas, I do agree with like the sentiment of just like, it kind of just feels like we're in a season again. I don't see how this like, I've not felt the moment where this feels like an episode yet. But I think that's going to become, because when we get to Act 2, which I think is like mid-July, is when Act 2 hits. So that's, I feel like, going to be the real test of like, what does that bring? Like, is that when these are going to evolve? Are these two activities going to evolve in these coming weeks, and then we get something else completely when Act 2 hits? Like, if it's that would be pretty. I'd be pretty impressed if they are able to hit that kind of cadence with these episodes and having new arcs and acts and things like that. that bring entirely new things. I have heard this was like, you know, minor spoilers for things to come, but there is some kind of exotic mission that will be coming at some point during this, because I've seen, I haven't seen what it does, but I've seen that there is some kind of exotic that has like craftable perks that you could that will come at some point. So it seems like, I bet that'll be one of the acts, like missions or activities that come, and it'll be like a 0 hour where you can, each week it's like some new part of it will open up that will let us go get new things to put on this craftable exotic that we're gonna get. So that makes sense.
Part of the whatever the thing that like that tells you all the things that are coming for the episodes. Like each episode, the roadmap. Thank you. Each episode's gonna have an exotic mission associated with it. And yeah, like this idea that we're gonna get more weapons for the episode at Act 2 and Act 3. Yeah, that's exciting, and that's I'm curious what those weapons, how many we will get. You can actually look in the season pass, and it'll say like legendary engram hidden. It's like this weapon will unlock in Act 2, and it's like, okay, that's cool. Like we know for sure there's at least 1 or 2 in there, so that I'm excited to see what that looks like. That gives you a reason to go back into the seasonal activities if you're one of those people that hates crafting, because you have bad opinions. So that way you'll have like other red borders and stuff to chase, and we'll see. So
I do feel, and I don't really have like anything concrete to put this towards, but I do feel like just in my gut that this episode already feels like it has a little bit more of like a polish and a little bit more kind of budget thrown behind it than like the start of a regular season. Like, I don't know if I would say there is like
the cutscene was
high
budget.
Yeah, we got like a CG.
Their cutscenes lately have been fucking insane.
I think this is maybe the new style of cutscene that they're going over, the hand drawn.
I'm here for
this
it.
Kind of like
it looks great,
diorama style.
Yeah, there's like CG ones. Yeah.
I said, it worked for Halo 3, and they're like, let's keep doing that.
And they did it for Into the Light, and it was really sick.
It was great. Yeah,
that one was really cool. Yeah,
it's a lot shorter too, and so this one was much longer. I was like, oh, okay.
They're also doing the thing that I just really like, that whenever they do, where like the enemies are the same, but they look a little different, and I think that's kind of neat.
They got like cool, they put like some dog collars on the Vex, kind of, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, they have like different names now too, or like basically just like added a word into the middle of their name, but I think it like works. It's like really cool.
Yeah,
that stuff always works for me.
Let me tell you about Rise of Iron.
That's kind of where my head went, because I'm just like, okay, they just kind of did that, but with the Vex, and like that's cool, like awesome.
I love the Siva Fallen. I think they're super cool.
Yeah.
I definitely hope for more of that. Like, I'm curious what they'll, because we know, like, you know, now that we can talk about the Journey Ahead video they put out kind of right before this, talking about.
Before we move on from the first week of Echoes, I do want to say the armor is kind of ugly as shit. I'm not.
All right, I will defend this armor because I kind of do like it.
I like it in that like fashion statement kind of way.
Yeah, I think it's like I'm not. Yeah, I was gonna say I think some of it's from me because I'm not as warlock pilled as both of you are.
Sure.
Because I guess
the other armor sets are better for sure.
Warlock coded, I guess, is the better.
I'm sorry, standard term. So
whatever. You just if you can't make what I'm gonna deem it the Pizzone helmet work for the warlock, then you get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Let me actually clarify what I was saying by these look like ass. The metal parts work for me. The blue and red is fucking god awful.
Okay. As long as the Pizzone part is cool.
Yeah, the Pizzone part I am super here for. Because like you can absolutely take that and like shade it a little bit and make your warlock look like biblically accurate in a way that I really appreciate. But like just like the base armor, like I'm just looking at it and it just sucks to look at. I'm sorry.
But the ornaments are fucking cool as shit. So whatever.
They are. Oh my
the
God,
season
they're
pass,
so good.
the season pass ornaments
They're
are
so
really
good.
sick.
I hate that we have to wait for Act 3 to get all the ornaments.
I know.
Yeah,
That bums me out.
Yeah, and apparently I saw somebody they mentioned, and we won't know for sure until the Echo drop, but it seems like it will be a thing where when you hit rank 100, you technically stop leveling now instead of like it showing the levels. So we won't know if it's like a thing where like if you hit well, it still technically keeps leveling you, or you hit the XP threshold you normally would to get like what is the Bright Engrams that you still get those, because like there's even now like a thing if you go on the season pass,
it's like a multiplier.
Yeah, it'll show you like
basically a tracker that shows
here's where your XP is at to like get to this. So we won't know if like, so it's still tracking it technically. So we won't know if like it, when we hit Act 2, will automatically apply those levels and you'll be able to get all that stuff from there. Probably not. And I think people, I would think people, I think people will not like that. But
I think that's just people.
I'm upset already. Actually, I'll let you know.
I think that's just people wanting to not engage with the game that.
Yeah,
in the way that Bungie wants them to, I guess. Like, I get like people just want to be like, I played a bunch and then I'm done, and like that's fine. Yeah, but that's like kind of not what this is, We
farm for exotic class items. Bungie farms us for playtime. That's the agreement.
It's just how it works.
That's how it works.
That's just a live service game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's definitely
you just have to make your peace with it at some point.
It comes with the territory for sure, and I think like. That having a little carrot like that of like, hey, do these 50 levels in this act, come back, and there's also this new stuff 50. To do. Like, like I think that's I will be fine.
And it's not like they're going to be like more experience to unlock them. Like every level is just 100,000 XP flat. So
there'll be more seasonal challenges. And stuff.
Yeah, there'll be more seasonal challenges. Like, hey, you bounty hoarding lovers out there. Now you can do it even more. You can do it three times in one episode. You can hoard for those things.
Yeah,
I hadn't thought about that.
People are gonna do that, and the people are also gonna like complete the seasonal challenges, but then just hold on to them, and then when
that's what I was just thinking about.
Act 2 is gonna like Act 2's here, and then just day 1 just turn all that shit in and just dump it all there. That and like people are just gonna do that.
I might do that.
Like that's what people are gonna do now, and like hey, people log in to do it. I guess why not? Whatever. But anyway, we have to see how Echoes progresses. I will say again, it's too early to tell.
Neat to be excited about a Vex story.
Yes,
because I feel like every other Vex story has been like a lot of just like
they're robots.
They're doing stuff.
They're super weird and interesting.
There's some time shit. Anyway,
yeah. Like I'm really excited. Like this week in particular didn't do a whole lot like narratively for me because it's very much just like. Hey, shit's going on. Okay, great, cool. But like knowing a little bit more from like watching like a trailer has me like I want to see kind of where this goes.
What the fuck is this Vex lady? I want to know. Tell me this Vex lady who's controlling
What's her
shit.
deal? Is she single?
I was about to say that.
We'll find out. Destiny 2 Echoes Act 2 or Act 3 or whatever.
We'll get there.
We'll see her at the end of Act 2, and then we'll find out who she is in Act 3.
Yeah. Something like that for sure. I haven't messed with. I say like, one other thing with like the weapons. I haven't really used any of the weapons besides that cool stasis grenade launcher.
Yeah, Area Denial. Yeah,
Area Denial grenade launcher. That's sick. That one's sick. I've not really used anything else though. So.
I'm gonna be real with you. Ever since I got Kvostov, it's all I've been shooting. It's so much fun. Holy shit! It just goes pew pew pew, and like I definitely that thing kind of tears it up in the first 4 encounters of Salvation's Edge.
Oh yeah,
because you have like a lot of big clusters of ads.
Do not equip it for the witness fight.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, that's,
you can wipe your team by accident.
Yeah, I kind of got that vibe. I have like over 2,000 kills on it already. I'm like,
oh hell yeah. I don't know what mine's at, but I'm probably getting up there. It's so much fun.
I've definitely messed around with it, running around on the Pale Heart doing stuff. It's fun. But yeah, we're talking about the journey ahead. This is they put out it's mainly like a little YouTube video. It's kind of like a Vidoc really. Talking about basically the episode we're in now and the 2 coming later, Revenant and Heresy.
I am
going off this.
Really excited for Revenant.
Yeah, same.
It looks good.
I'm loving the vibes from that one for sure. They also put out a Dev Insight episode Echoes blog. I mean, most of this blog doesn't really talk about that stuff. It talks more about just Echoes. It looks like I'm kind of scrolling through it here. I was trying to see.
It basically just goes through Echoes. It's what they basically put the launch trailer in. It goes over, hey, Season of the Dawn weapons are back.
Yeah, all this
that's
stuff.
That's kind of it, really.
Yeah.
But if you watch the actual Journey Ahead video, that's where they talk more about the 2 other episodes. You know, they kind of gave us like brief overviews, didn't really go into like hardcore detail. I'm sure we'll get that stuff much closer, because I mean, like, that Revenant is not till October, so we have some time till we get to that one.
Yeah, and like Heresy, they only really showed like concept art, which makes sense, because if it's like that far out, then they have like nothing for
they
it.
really have,
because they're working on it, which
isn't
like a bad thing.
Yeah, like
right?
to say, they're probably still like in the middle of doing like Revenant stuff, really, and probably
honestly.
Are moving on to Heresy.
They did tell us where we're going though.
Yeah,
very exciting for me.
Yeah, but let's
back to the
I was gonna say we can do we're already getting there. I was gonna say let's just do let's do Revenant first.
Yep.
Revenant looks cool. Yeah, they said we're doing like fallen vampires, but also meets splicer stuff, which looks sick as hell. They showed like some concept art of like some like vampire hunter armor, but you have like the cyber like Mithrax like little splicer shit going on. Those were really sick looking armor sets they showed.
I think they said like you're basically going to be taking on the role of like a Baron Lord, which in Fallen culture is like the person in the house that basically handled all of the biggest monsters, which is like really exciting to think about.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Shout out! We're getting more hunts, baby. Everybody's favorite. We're doing what are those hunts from? I was thinking, what Season of the Hunt
Nightmare
is back,
hunts?
baby. We're back. Whatever those hunts were.
The Wrathborn hunts or whatever.
Wrathborn hunts are back. Yeah. That's what I was good. That was my bit. But anyway,
I mean, they were fine.
Yeah.
I imagine like
they were literally just fine.
Yeah, I imagine that these will be cooler.
Yeah,
because I think they know what kind of expectation they're setting. If they're like, we're going for like a cool like horror adjacent like weird monster technology vampire type beat, I'm like, okay, so these enemies are gonna look sick as fuck actually.
Because we already saw we saw a tease of like the big thing is Fickrol is back. Fickrol being the big Scorn guy from Forsaken.
He has an echo. That's what
Which
they
say.
He has it's like an echo himself that he's made into like his staff like blade or whatever. It's like spear blade. Looks pretty sick. He
contextualizes the echoes from the Traveler in a different way. You know, it's like, okay, this can be weaponized, right? That's interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Very interesting there. And like what are their capabilities and all that stuff. Definitely put.
I know.
Fickrol himself also, just looks updated and looks sick as hell with his like new armor and shit.
I'm really interested also because in the cutscene at the end of Excision, it kind of looked like Fickrol was talking to Aramis.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to like kind of see what kind of becomes of that. Like that's a really
like
interesting kind of narrative thing of like both of them trying to like do the best for their people in like probably vastly different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the contextualization of Varix and the spider, like looking over that of like watching them potentially maybe planning to join them, planning against them. Who knows?
Yeah, or like kind of these sides of this, like they were Aramis with the fallen side, but obviously it seems like also from the other things is like the armor sets are very inspired by Mithrax. And then we saw like another brief scene of like one of the main like things where we doing is like crafting potions, and the potions are going to be, and like it looks like Ido was like in some of those shots in like the potion area.
Give me
like,
another episode, please.
So it's probably going to be like I said, it's going to be a big Fallen season. I think it's going to be from those 3 different kind of Fallen factions of like you have the House of Light, you have Aramis' side, and now we have the Scorn, which like they were Fallen, but now they're kind of their own thing. So I think it's going to be a lot of like that kind of conflict there. So it'll be interesting to see for sure. Yeah, but that whole vibe they were going for looked super cool with that. They showed some like insane looking like exotic. It had to be an exotic because it was like it had like a big pink
SMG
spike
looking thing.
It had like a big pink spike coming out of the front of it, and it was like this little like
that
crazy
thing is gonna
looking,
feel good as fuck to shoot.
Yeah, that thing's gonna be super
God.
cool.
Yeah,
I have like a life train, like exotic turn or something.
Yeah, like a life train.
I wonder
thing.
if it's gonna be like in my mind. I looked at it and I'm like, that's like some sort of new like rocket propelled thing. Maybe they like have like, oh, it's a rocket sidearm, but like kind of not, or
maybe
like something.
SMG.
Yeah, I was thinking it was gonna like shoot like blasts or something, but then you could also do like a Monte Carlo thing and just fucking stab dudes
or
with
maybe
it.
it shoots spikes like a fucking steak gun.
Yeah, steak gun. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we kind of already have a crossbow.
Like,
why not?
Let's do it again.
But it shoots slower and it's bigger and it's cool.
And it's actually just a steak.
Yeah, but I think that's
rare, motherfuckers.
Yeah, but I think that's gonna be cool. I think that's gonna be really neat. I'm really stoked for Revenant and
all of the narrative threads that they've kind of tugged on with this presentation were all really, really fascinating to me.
Yeah, the pitch of each one is like super like, okay, yeah, I want to see this, and they're checking all the right boxes for like the ideas, so we just have to see how they come together. But this seemed cool. It's gonna be that's gonna be October, like we know that because you can go to if you go to the Bungie.net website and go, there's like an Echoes like page now. And it has like stuff we largely know, but you can see like the big banner straight up just says.
Yeah, and that'll also just be really good to like have for like Festival of the Lost too.
Exactly. Yeah. Echoes goes till October 8th, 2024. That's when Revenant will start. Right. And then I can say since I have the page here, Act 2 for Echoes is July 16th. Yep. Act 3 is August 27th. So it's about like a month apart each.
It's not too bad. Yeah. I think they said like each act is about like 6 weeks or so that kind of tracks.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that looked really cool. But then we have like the next episode after that being Heresy, which looks really cool as well.
Happy birthday, Ari! Congratulations to you and yours.
That's right.
Thank you. We're going back to the Dreadnought, baby. Let's go.
Back to the Dreadnought. They're bringing it back for this one, and that's like the most of like the story bits we got was just like, hey, there's this, and like there's like some new Eldritch shit going on that like and like that is like involving all of the Hive Pantheon.
Yep,
and it's gonna shake them up a bunch.
Yeah,
from what we know.
Because like the idea of like we have at this point now like kind of fundamentally disproven a lot of their like foundational shit.
Yeah.
And I think that's it's really interesting to just be able, like, I'm excited to see like, all right, so what happens? Because like there's also like there's already been the like light dark split, but like there's also now with is it Luzaru? Like the split Luzaku. There's like also the split among Savathun's like Lucent Hive, right? And so, and now with her straight up just being like, no, I think I'm gonna take the Traveler now, is really interesting too. But very excited to see the fuck happens with that. Like, if I were to take just a guess, and this is a shot in the dark, I don't know anything, I'm a lowly podcaster. I am wondering if since we're going to the Dreadnought and it's called Heresy, I wonder if Oryx is coming back.
Yeah. I mean, this was like the big thing in Ghost of the Deep, right? Like,
like I wonder if like while we weren't paying attention, they're just like, hey, we got him back actually.
Yeah,
like,
we revived him. Or what I was also thinking, again, also similarly, like just thrown out of speculation because they did really not give us much. Is well, I actually have two. I had two things, and one more so goes into like the next little tease they make that we'll talk about with Frontiers, like you mentioned already. But regardless of that, in that end cutscene when they kind of gave us like the three little like kind of vignettes of like each character, what I thought this was, and I think like hearing we're going to the Dreadnought kind of confirmed it, at least in my mind, was that we saw Xivu picking up Oryx's sword at the end.
Sure.
In that shot, because she was like pulling to a sword, and like at first I was just like, it could just be any hive sword, sure, but then I noticed it had like a big, if you look at it, it has like a big crack in the middle of it, like Oryx's sword gets from that from the encounter we had. So I was like, okay, is that implying she's going to be taking up the Taken Queen mantle? And maybe that's like, because she was like taken from this, and like, well, we're doing this, and like they, and that was like something Crow alluded to in his like one of his like his little monologue at the end was just like, hey, the Taken and like some other, and the Dread were like, or I think it was, or I guess maybe it was the Scorn, or just like they're just like lawless and don't have any control over them. So like, that could be, I don't know if I don't know enough about hive stuff to know for sure, but like maybe that's like the heretical thing she's doing is like taking this mantle of the Taken Queen, and that like has some meaning in their stuff.
And I could see there being like, because I don't think they specifically, because like we know that Fikril has the Echo in the second episode, but they didn't really give us any information as far as like what's going on with the Echo in Heresy. And so I'm interested if like maybe that is something that like Xivu Arath like stumbles upon, and like, that is something that she is like going to like use that to help basically offset the fact that she is just purely mortal now or something. I think that could be really interesting.
Right.
Also, like the idea of going back to the Dreadnought, like Oryx did the whole thing where he pulled his throne world into the Dreadnought and made the Dreadnought like this portable throne world. Maybe Xivu's going to try and like take his throne world and
would be cool.
Own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would kind of make sense considering like a lot of the weird stuff you can do with like a mix of light and dark being like, a mix of like the idea and the real,
Right.
So that would be a really, really interesting idea. I like that they're like mentioned that they're going to lean into like weird eldritch like space fantasy in a way that I am very excited about. Like I want to look at some shit that like unsettles me to my core,
and that,
like I don't want to know what I'm looking at.
And going off Ari's idea, and that she actually mentioned that, like that kind of goes with like some of the stuff they were saying in that video too, of like the weapons, and they said the Dreadnought itself are like deteriorating into this like new like
it's
form,
like fleshy shit like, is like pulling back, and
it's
just
becoming
bones.
You're seeing like
that's
bone
tight
and
as
stuff.
Fuck.
The weapons looked really fucking cool. So maybe that is like the reasoning that's happening is because like she is there like trying to take over the stuff and make it her own throne world or other things, and that's like transforming it, like in the way that like when Savathun got the light and her throne world was like drastically changing because the light came in. So maybe there's something there. That could be really cool. We'll just have to see what that all is, and now we have the very tiny tease they gave at the very end of this Journey Ahead video after these episodes. Year 11, Destiny 2. Codename Frontiers. Not much to go off of, but again, I think the big thing is to say, and I know there's a lot of the sentiment when, of course, they said people still saw this and said Codename Frontiers, and people went like, oh, we're leaving so we can go. We're going to a new frontier that is Destiny 3, when they have like literally a big fucking
had the two in the
next
title
to it. And it said also it says year 11. Year 11. That means
we're like
this
resetting kind of back to like we're doing the whole, we're including Destiny 1 in this now. So it's like
Yes. So like this is like, that's like they're basically saying Codename Frontiers is the start of year 11, meaning we're going to get another year of Destiny 2 content from whenever that drops into 2026. That then will probably be, because this will probably be, if this comes a year from now, like it normally does, as if it ends up being a yearly expansion or something else, meaning like we have, please stop thinking about Destiny 3. I'm sorry, people. I know I can get the sentiment to an extent, because like the fresh break or like some kind of larger massive shift to this game, but like, come on, like look what we got with Final Shape, and be like, how can you still be like they're thinking they can't like drastically update this game in interesting ways, and
it's just, I don't know why people are so excited to lose everything that we have, like
that's another big part of it too. Like I don't understand it either.
I kind of get that a little bit, actually.
Sure.
And I think the understanding is like or the idea behind it roughly just comes down to I think a lot of people feel like, okay, I kind of already have everything that I really need, and I don't particularly need to like go and like find new things whenever the stuff that I currently have kind of does the job just fine. And it's very different if that decision is kind of made for you as opposed to you are basically being pressured into that decision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, like all the people that like half of these people that want this would
Right.
be the people that are the most upset that they're losing everything.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
yeah, no, they're the same people that probably got mad whenever you didn't bring D1 over to D2. Like,
yeah, or
totally.
that you had to have two people to run an exotic mission. But you know, like I understand. I see these people. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. They're gonna whine anyway, no matter what. I just like, you know, I do think maybe Destiny 3 makes more sense now on the other end of the final shape. But like, and honestly, Cam, what I'm thinking about more than like my guns, all my guns, is all of our subclasses. It's like,
sure.
it's going to be so hard to bring that over, but also like make that an enjoyable experience for someone who didn't play Destiny 2 to jump into Destiny 3, right?
Yeah.
Like,
that is the question for sure.
Yeah. Even so, that's now we have once again a pretty hard confirmation of like that's
more Destiny 2 expansion.
It's gonna be Destiny 2 at least until 2026 and probably even later than that. It's like if anything, like the idea some people have thrown around of like Destiny 3 maybe being like a console launch title, which would be like 28, 29,
2027
or something. Yeah. Like I could see that, I guess, but like even then, I'm like,
yeah, I don't
it's
know.
hard.
Yeah.
We don't even know. Like they've clearly starting to get an idea of like the scope of the story that they're trying to tell going forward.
Yeah,
with echoes and stuff.
Which
but we don't know that
really
yet.
appreciate that it's not as like a big of a scale story as
they're not like, all right, and here's the next 10 years, right?
Yeah, because I think that doing that would be such a misfire, right?
Agreed.
It would just be like, oh, okay, well, if we're just already on to the next thing, then did any of what we just did matter? Like, I think letting that stuff sit for a while is just a really, really good idea.
Yeah,
for sure.
The way that it feels like we've changed the balance of the universe is exciting and interesting.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah, these are things that I like, okay, we now have the big picture answer to the question of the last 10 years. Now, how does that answer all of the how does that affect all the little like smaller moving parts in a way that I think is very interesting?
Yeah, for sure. Because like, you know, that's what I think this is too. Like these episodes more than anything are like building blocks to like have bigger things as we progress rather than just like, you know, like having this, whoever this mysterious like Vex lady is, and probably having like a more proper antagonist within the Vex and like what role she's going to play.
I don't think
like,
we've ever really had that. So
exactly, and I think it's going to be a thing where we're going to meet her and like have like a big storyline, probably like some storyline within this episode. But I don't think this episode is going to end with us taking her out. She's probably going to be a character that continues on into our next franchise and that we will see down the line again. And like the same thing with even Revenant now, with like Revenant and being like, all right, we're probably going to go into Revenant and see Fickrel and this new weird like kind of three-way sort of battle, or kind of battle of whatever through the Fallen, and what they're all dealing with, the Scorn and stuff. And I don't think that's just going to be resolved. And then like Fickrel's probably to go on and do something else, and
also,
we're see what Aramis and
Fickrel,
whatever,
he just fucking comes back.
Right?
Yeah, he always comes back.
He's got that wish magic juice in him. So
yeah, and now he has an Echo too on top of that, which could do who knows what the fuck that's gonna like entail.
I mean, we have so many threads that they've done such a great job of setting up, of Xivu and the Ahamkara. You know, we could have a whole dragon expansion at some point, right? Like, there's like all these little things that
stuff like going to like, I love the idea of like going to Tor Bottle or something.
Yes, that's the frontier, right? Like we're going somewhere like Reese or Tor Bottle, or like potentially even like the system that the Hive homeworld was from, like Fundament and stuff.
Yeah, or like going to there's like I know there's like some kind of Vex homeworld kind of idea too.
Yeah, there was the like hint at there was the hint in the twid during Pantheon about how like we sent out a satellite and it found Lubre. Like
Lubre, which is
like,
supposed to be destroyed, right?
All the like obviously like the 9, which are like kind of more galaxy universe
what the fuck's going
things.
on
Like,
with them?
yeah, what the fuck
And,
are
like,
those they at? So.
The Traveler is different now, but also it doesn't have to stay. It can go. You're allowed to leave now if you want, and we can then follow it somewhere.
You can follow it
find
somewhere, or like do something, or like we don't know like what this, because they said it's like kind of. I feel like Crow in that thing said like it's transforming into something else or something in his voice lines or whatever when the echoes
it's changing.
Yeah. So like I'm curious like if that's gonna have a bigger effect, or the Aurora bleeding light and dark energy onto our planet. I'm sure that's fine anyway.
Yeah, what if the Traveler can make new darkness now that it is core and fundamentally darkness as well?
It
right?
entirely could. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff they can do. But the idea of them just of Frontiers being the idea of like we're leaving this whole system and now we can just kind of go wherever and anything to pop up. That's totally cool with me.
I am very much at the point where I'm just like, I'm just interested to see like where you guys take any of these threads. Like,
what do you want to do?
I am good, like just chilling, seeing kind of where things go, and then
yeah, exactly,
being there for it.
I'm right there with you. Like one idea is I know like the thing, and then my other idea with going back to like the Heresy and the Dreadnought stuff, as cool as it is this season, having like this Osiris and Saint being like, look, we're gonna get on Exodus ship and see the universe. And I'm just like, oh, it's sweet. And then, that's like, I'm sure like that could be something, but they're giving us Navigator fucking ship admiral armor and Heresy. So you're not telling me we're somehow going to get control of the fucking Dreadnought and we can be the Navigators and fucking take the Dreadnought through the universe.
I am the taking
like, how fucking sick would that be if they do that instead? That'd be sick as fuck. But I also honestly think like they might take like, with the Exodus stuff from this season and maybe something in Revenant that we don't know yet, of course. And then like with like the Navigator of navigation and like the power of the Dreadnought being able to travel through universe and stuff. I wonder if all of that will kind of coalesce into something like we've been able to get this technology or learn whatever to go out even further ourselves. Like maybe that's going to be like a kind of underlying
we're making a new ship. It's called the Helm 2
Helm 2 Tower.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And then we renamed the podcast Helm 2 Tower.
Oh, shit.
Let's fucking go. We're making a second one.
We're making a second one.
We're making a second one. We're making a second podcast. So I could go. But I'm even though like this first week of Echoes is not like, oh my god, like I'm still like pretty excited for everything they kind of laid out.
The potential is exciting,
exciting. And we learned with okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't have any like I'm definitely feeling a lot better in the about the narrative direction coming out of the final shape than I kind of was with Lightfall. Like I'm feeling a lot more confident in being like, they're just gonna nail it because they just nailed this like big one that took fucking 10 years. So like
to build up to,
I don't know. Like they're I'm just excited to see this play out.
The only thing that is like sitting not great with me, and like it's not a huge deal. It's really like I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. I don't think it's gonna ruin Destiny. It's just like we found like Neomuna, right? Like we found a human city, and like we're just never gonna talk about it again. Like
we're just gonna be like, peace.
Nimbus is gonna show up, and because people were shitty on the internet, they're never gonna speak again on screen. Like it's just like it bums me out on a pretty specific level, but I'm not. There are more interesting things. I'm fine with that. It's just like it seemed like kind of a big deal at the time.
Right. Yeah.
So it would be kind of neat if like
also the veil is just out there.
It's just kind of there.
I know people hate it because it's like a Deus Ex Machina type thing, but like I think it's kind of super interesting and I'd love to see stuff done with it. But
or like how they have Elixni and Awoken and Cabal like on the tower. It would be kind of neat if just like you saw some people in like Neomuna outfits on Earth, or if you saw like people in like Vanguard attire like stationed up at some places in Neomuna or something.
Take him out of the freeze, man. Get him out of the pull him out of the Matrix and let him walk around on Earth.
Take him out of the cloud
Absolutely.
arc. For sure. Yeah, maybe that could be something they could do.
I would love that to be an episode at some point. That's all. I'm throwing it out there, Bungie. If you're
throwing
listening.
it out there. But there's a couple other things that like weren't really talked about in this that we know are also coming that I'd be curious to hear your thoughts about. Of like, we know we're getting 2 dungeons still. When the heck are we getting those 2 dungeons? I guess maybe.
I bet we get a Dreadnought dungeon.
That'd be sick. That's for sure. That would make sense.
Because it was already a raid, right? Like, and you can't bring Kingsfall back a third time or a second time. Maybe something about like storming like a vampire keep or something. That'd be kind of sick.
I was wondering, if like we will get a dungeon. Like, I feel like this. Like, we're around that time when the first dungeon would usually hit, at least in previous years. But obviously everything's been pushed back with Final Shape and all that. So I'm curious if we'll see the first one maybe like at the end, like maybe later in the summer or end of the summer.
Act
if that's
3
like
dungeon drop?
maybe Act 3 dungeon drop or I'm curious. Like,
we have yet to get like a proper Vex
like,
dungeon.
I think that would make sense. Because like they talk about us like going deeper underground into Nessus and like and having never really explored that stuff before and opening up new paths.
There are no dungeons you can launch from Nessus either. Now that I think about it,
there's none there. So I could see that us getting like a Vex like Nessus dungeon maybe later this season. And then Dreadnought one makes 100% sense there for sure.
I think all 3 episodes, honestly, great candidates for like just throwing a dungeon out there for sure.
Yeah,
I would be not complaining about another like castle-esque dungeon though, just throwing it out there for Revenant. You know,
Revenant, Ruin's great.
Vampire Castle. Yeah, I'd be down for that as well, like a Scorn Castle. That'd be really cool. And then like they haven't said it, but like we're probably gonna get a reprised raid at some point. I guess. Like I feel like that would be happening.
I was thinking about Wrath of the Machine last night.
I feel like a lot of people are just because the like midpoint in all of this is Fallen based.
Yeah,
and you know, like
it's very good.
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
It's I know because again you guys are not D1 vets, so like it's a great raid, you know.
If they bring it back, I'm very excited to play it.
It was one of the first ones that like played conceptually with what a raid encounter could be. Like the Zamboni encounter is like so infamous because it's like it was so different at the time, you know, like you're working as a team to carry all these big components back to this thing to then ride it to the next area. It's like it's really cool.
I'd be totally down for them to bring that back sometime during that episode. That'd be like the end of this year. I think that would be a good spot for like that.
Gives them an opportunity to make a brand new exotic for
and like a new exotic.
That's true.
As well,
because we have Outbreak.
We have Outbreak exactly.
I wonder at what point they are gonna look at reprising D2 raids too. Because
I mean, we could
Scourge would also be a good fit too.
Yeah, or Scourge,
But like, I think that it really, like, I think that like a lot of people at Bungie probably are very much like, yes, we know you want Wrath of the Machine. We fucking hear you.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah,
it was a very, like most people I think thought that was the best raid in D1. I know Kingsfall had a lot of love, but
and I wonder if maybe and this is pure speculation, but like I wonder if maybe the reason that we got Crota first instead of Wrath of the Machine, even though like Crota was probably like the least popular D1 raid as far as my understanding goes, is probably because like it probably just took extra development time to make the Siva stuff and like make all that stuff look there, and they were just in the middle of working on the final shape. So
I think so too. Like I think it was just like it probably was easier to just bring that over than have to rework all that stuff. That seemed like it was a lot more
I mean, like
work.
They had so much of the assets for Crota, you know?
Yeah,
like,
totally. From Shadowkeep, but I would like that a lot too. Like I never played that raid, and that would be a fun raid to come back. But I also I know we've said it before, like I would be stoked if to just like here's Leviathan anyway.
Yeah, I'd be stoked with
too.
anything. You know,
Yeah,
like honestly,
actually,
like
yeah.
they can't go wrong in my opinion. Like Leviathan, if we got Crown of Sorrow, which I've never done.
Crown of Sorrow is great.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah, and potentially gives them an opportunity to update some of the mechanics in the D2 raids, right? Like either make them more interesting or better, you know?
Yeah, make some more. They could do some more interesting stuff. And like specifically, oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I feel like a Leviathan like retooled to be something that is like not just compatible with like the current sandbox, but like on the level of kind of encounter design or you know, like complexity that we're kind of used to would be really fun.
Yeah.
Because like the idea of everything in Leviathan is really fun.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like breezy at this point, to be honest. Like Leviathan sounds so chill compared to like the Salvation's Edge runs we've been making.
Oh my god, yeah. And like one of the fucking encounters for Leviathan is literally stand on plates, then swap with other person, right?
Yeah.
And so like I'd be interested to see them like touch that shit up, like other than just be like, here's a tormentor, here's a champion, ooh, spooky. Like
right.
A group of 4 runs through the forest while 2 people shoot nuts at each other, right? Like
yeah.
That's
all right,
how you
follow me here. What if those dogs were unstoppable or overloads?
No, don't say shit like that.
No, I'm in.
Everyone kill dogs.
Or they
kill
just
your
make
dog.
it like or they just make it like that completely random. Like here's just a really giant fucking dog in the final
one
ship campaign.
Big dog.
It's just like they just put like one big dog in there. It's like, oh, shit.
It's Clifford. He's here.
Oh shit.
Yeah, those would be really cool. And then the other thing I was going to mention, you know, Scourge has a chance because they randomly, and if you've done the co-op focus missions, the Pale Heart, they randomly just threw those fucking dudes from that in there.
The shield guys back.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay, sick, okay, sure.
Yeah, I hopped into the cooperative focus for the first time with me and somebody from my team just like fucking ran it with 2 people because we're just like our third person had to bail and we're like, fuck it, whatever, we're probably fine. We were, spoiler alert. But that dude popped up and I'm just like, oh man, these fucking guys again. Like I actually kind of missed them a little bit. That was pretty sick.
Scourge. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Kind of showing
Berserkers.
Surprised they didn't do anything else with those, like past
else.
Scourge, you know?
Yeah. I mean, we know we're getting one other thing related to Echoes is like we're getting a new we're getting an update Exodus Crash Strike.
Yes.
At some point. So maybe they'll end up in there for some reason.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I honestly
that was fallen.
I am not a champion hater, but I do think that those guys are more fun to fight than champions.
Yes.
Yeah, there are more interesting enemies than champions is my thing. But now that like again, the honest to God, the best change Lightfall made is the subclass abilities.
It's so champions. Nice. I cannot
changed everything.
Even fathom how we fucking did any of that shit.
Yeah, how we lived before. Yeah, it's disgusting. I hate thinking about those times.
Not ever going back to that life.
Running double primary for a GM because you needed to have something to stun all the champions. Yeah. Gross.
Yeah.
But yeah, good like I think tormentors, subjugators, and now maybe the berserkers, they're playing around with enemies that are champion adjacent but don't have those stun mechanics. And I like that. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 thumbs
up. For sure.
Fireworks.
Yeah. So what else? We can jump back. So that's like kind of going. We talked about all that stuff going ahead, but I wanted to circle back to Dual Destiny, the exotic mission, because that did come out and we've been playing that.
Yu-Gi-Oh based exotic mission. Destiny 2 Dual Destinies.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I played Pot of Greed.
Yep.
Great.
I got you. I fucking got you. You know how many fucking trading cards are in this room right now? Are you fucking kidding me?
I fucking know. I know. Yeah, what a great fucking mission. What a cool, amazing, well done mission.
I actually hate it. Because I don't have anybody to play it with. And I'm taking that out on other people.
I don't have any friends.
I'm gonna turn off my computer and go have friends actually, so bye guys.
No, it's a great mission.
One of the best exotic missions they've done.
It's so fucking
for
cool.
Sure. The first exotic mission as part of an expansion, also, which is very cool.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Fuck, you're so right.
I know.
No, it's really cool. I mean, are we just gonna spoil it? Because I think I think like the ending is the most interesting part. As cool as the whole mission is.
The ending. If you're listening to this and you haven't done it yet, and you hate people and you don't want to talk to anyone, please do it. Don't look up what happens at the end.
Yeah,
please
like honestly, if you need like a guide to get there, like Fallout Plays put out one, and at the end of the video, he's just like, "I'm gonna be real with you. You have finished it now. I'm not telling you what happens next. Go fucking play it. Like, just go watch that video if you need a guide.
Go watch that video. Yeah. Agreed. Dado also doesn't spoil it in his video if you prefer that. Like, just go out there, do it. LFG. The only tough part is the very last thing with 2 people, but you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now we can spoil it.
So, I love that it's just suddenly like, all right, it's a PvP match now. That's so fucking good.
1v1 of your friend, motherfucker.
1v1 me, bitch.
Yeah. They like give you like an insane amount of shields.
Like this,
no, it's insane. And I love that also you can just be like, yeah, I don't want to do that, so I'm just gonna choose peace, and that's totally fine too.
Yeah, you can just do that, and then.
But
Savathun will make fun of you.
Get your exotic and go.
Yeah. I do. Yeah, like it was very fun running through that the first time, getting to that point, and then it just kind of set in, and then I just looked over at my buddy I was running with, and then he immediately cast Twilight Garrison, and I'm like, well, that's that then.
Yeah, I did it with our friend Kay, and she was like, all right, we're doing it. We're fighting it. Because I was like, there is a peace option. She was like, I didn't know that, but whatever. We're fighting.
Peace was never an option.
I threw a fucking cold snap, procced bait and switch, and blasted her with edge transit.
It's very funny.
So fucking funny.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It is like, I think.
I knew I had done it already.
It's like one of the best first time experiences in an exotic mission I think they've ever done, purely for that moment.
But everything else, even like, this reminds me of like the exotic catalyst quest for the Warlord's Ruin weapon. Like, hey, we're going to introduce new mechanics to this thing that you're going to do over and over, get better with, and then like integrate them into a fight. And it's like, yes, like more stuff like this that you just don't see anywhere else. And it's awesome.
Yeah, it is just another example with the final shape. Something I think that they've done really well is just incorporate raid-like mechanics into just about every activity to get people kind of used to that. And I think it works really well here.
Yeah.
This is the sauce. This is what Destiny has that other games, and especially first-person shooters, do not have.
Absolutely.
So lean into it, and they're doing it. And it's like, this is why everyone's stoked about the final shape. This is why it's the highest reviewed Metacritic.
It turns out when they're given like actual time and amounts of things to develop and make the things how they want to make it, they make really good shit. And that's what I think that should be the real takeaway from final shape more than anything is like let them
straight up.
I
wouldn't mind if they were just like the next expansion is a year and a half from now. Like take that full amount of time. Like absolutely. Like just like work on some like smaller stuff here, like here and there. Like, if you need to, just be like, hey, there were 3 episodes, but like here's like 4 and 5 or something.
And then
like
on
that
the side, make like 60 maps for Into the Light or for Onslaught, and then drop that again with a bunch of new weapons. Do the whole thing over again. I'll ride the pony. Whatever,
built
man.
That momentum like up so fucking well. Into 100%. Like the final shape. It was just so nice. But like, I really, really liked it. And it also made me painfully aware of just the fact that like younger people just are not like taught how to read analog clocks anymore, and that made me feel really old.
Oh, that's so sad. That makes me so sad.
Yeah,
like it's not me being like I'm better than you because I know how to read a fucking clock, because like whatever, who cares? But it's just one of those things that makes me be like, oh yeah, they wouldn't need to because we don't use those really at all anymore.
Digital clocks, right?
You're like on your rotary cell phone.
Yeah.
It was like some Zoomer back in my day.
God, rotary phones are so cool though. Like, I know that makes me sound like a fucking grandpa, but like, they just have a good feel to them, you know?
They do have a good feel. I will give you the feel. The springs are nice. I like good springs. Yeah.
Makes a good ding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound effects in real life.
Yeah. Anyway, Destiny 2.
This is the rotary phone
Welcome
section
to our
of
rotary phone podcast.
Yeah, this is our rotary minute.
Brought to you by
our podcast within a podcast.
Just pretend that this is a can of prune juice.
Mm-hmm. Tasty.
And I'm eating a lot of fiber right now. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Brought to you by Werther's Originals.
Werther's Originals and New Balance.
I have New Balance shoes. Shut up.
And I have Werther's Originals in this house. So
let's go.
Let's go. And Mike has Baja Blast. We truly are.
Yes.
The three pieces of the Triforce.
Yeah, three pieces of being fucking old, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah, let's talk about, I pretty much agree overall with y'all. Like, the mission was real super fun. I did it with our friend Ren, who we did the legendary campaign with. We did, for the first time we went through it. He was on his Titan, of course, and I was on my Hunter. We actually did just choose peace, and then we did it we did it a second time, and then we did battle it out on the second time. And
of course.
And I won because I fucking lightning surged his ass, and that felt good.
Yeah, I appreciated that my friend I was running with let me make the decision. Mm-hmm. But then they were like, you didn't choose peace. And then I just got really close to the mic and said, peace was never an option.
Peace was never an option.
And I got my ass kicked like immediately.
Yeah, of course,
but like, it was fun.
I love that, they give you 600 seconds too of like, just run around and shoot each other.
They also give you an overshield to start it, which is like kind of nice. So you can't just get like immediately bodied, right?
Just immediately nuked or whatever. Yeah. But it's a fun mission. And we also like figured it out ourselves like that first time through, which was a lot of fun to figuring it out. And then of course, halfway through it, we realized we were reading the clocks to each other incorrectly. So we failed it 2 times in a row because to be fair to Ren, like in the first encounter where we were reading them from left to right and calling them out that way. And then we went into the thing. He was reading them out like that. But I was reading it like a normal clock. So he was kind of reading it like almost counterclockwise, I guess. And I was reading it clockwise or whatever. And so we had it was honestly impressive because there was like multiple times when we were getting through doing that. And then we're like, we would get one, or I think one time we got 2 and then it would just fail. And then we just fail. And then we would get 1 and then it'd be fail. So we're getting it enough done to when we just we're not realizing that was the issue, and we just ended up getting really mad because we're just like, is this broken? Are we just the timing is off? And I was like, I was getting pissed off because every time when you get it effed up, bats would spawn, and on one side the bats are kind of a non-issue. On the other side, the bats literally spawn moving at you while you're shooting the clock, so you can't avoid them, and they'll just fuck with you, and it was super fucking annoying. But then,
Mike, did you know that a broken clock is right twice a day?
Yeah.
So,
You're gonna fucking say that?
Yeah. I just needed to get that out. Thank you.
I know. Great. But yeah, we it was lucky because we finally hit a point when we had that moment where I was like, all right, we got 4 or 5 in a row where he was calling numbers to me and I was calling the one to shoot, and I'm literally not getting a single number matched. So then I went hold on, I'm coming over to see and your call out which ones.
What the fuck are you?
And then he shot him, and I was like, no, okay, yeah, we got to flip. And then it's literally as soon as we did that, we did it the first try, and then just immediately did it. It was very funny.
That's so funny.
It was very funny.
That's great.
What kind of roles did y'all get that you're excited about on your class?
So
items?
I haven't done any farming yet for them, but the hunter one I got was Spirit of Inmost Light and Spirit of Wormhusk, which is it's pretty fun because I literally just dodge, heal, procs my improved abilities, and I can just keep going. And then the Warlock one I got was Apothos, Spirit of Apothos, and Spirit of the Claw, which also pretty fun because it seems like
nice, yeah.
you can just kind of ability spam, and then I have even more melee charges, and I was already with my Warlock. I was already probably leaning into doing the claws with the lightning surge stuff.
Yeah.
So that was that. I think that'll work out pretty well.
I am very excited about like 2 roles that I've gotten. One of them is Spirit of the Stag and Spirit of the Star Eaters. Specifically for Encounter 2 of the raid. Because having that rift down while he just like beats the shit out of you and just giving everybody resist stacks while they're in your rift is so helpful. Yeah. And then also you can just throw a fat Nova Bomb at him to open up the damage phase.
Fat Nova Bomb.
That thing does like 800,000 damage.
Yeah, we're getting early numbers right now. People
like
are
with a Void Surge, you can do like at least 1.1 million damage with a Nova Bomb.
Yeah, it's
pretty awesome.
And then
spicy.
I also yesterday got a Spirit of the Necrotics and Spirit of Syntheseps.
Oh, Syntheseps. Ooh.
So that's just gonna make the Lightning Surge Necrotic build go burr even more, and I'm very excited to play around with that. I haven't messed around with it yet because I just am like doing a couple of other things here and there, but excited to play around with that. So
yeah, sounds good.
So I got 5 rolls though. Only 2 of them I would say are like whatever. But yeah, Spirit of Inmost Light, Spirit of the Claw, which is Ahamkara Claw is very exciting. Apotheosis and Syntheseps, which is also very exciting. Stag and the Claw.
Okay.
I haven't tried that one yet. Inmost Light and Starfire. Which
I also haven't tried yet. Actually, hell yeah.
Which I'm very excited about. And then Spirit of Necrotic and Spirit of Harmony, which also sounds good. Harmony,
Battle Harmony, yeah.
Final Blows weapon type symmetry. Supers element grant you super energy. Yeah, like that sounds awesome.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, these things seem. Yeah, these things seem super fun. And yeah, I want to definitely.
It's making me think about builds in a way I haven't in years.
Yeah, I would definitely want to mess around with them more. Get more. I don't know if I have like anything specific in my brain. I'm really chasing. I know like Apothos and there's like Apothos and Star Eater combo.
I'm chasing Star Eater.
Apparently, it seems like a ability like that was like Song of Flames is like the crazy ability spam. You can do with that. I saw one just before we started recording of a video of a Titan one that was it was Spirit of which one was it? I forget the first one. But it was Spirit of Severance and Spirit of the point contact brace. So basically you can what they were doing was they had you have consecration, which procs all that shit, so you can literally just consecrate, drop it, and then consecrate, drop it, and then even when you do the initial flame like uppercut that shoots that burst out, like that procs all that stuff too. So they'll like hit enemies, they'll fucking explode. They'll also like with point contact brace hits them with lightning and jolts everything. So you're just like you can do that with it. You can literally just do that with like the initial hit, and then you can come down again and do your fucking smash, and then it does a big ignition explosion too, and that all procs that stuff. So that just seems dumb and fun and can will be like insane ad clear. For Titan, I saw one that was like also like Armentarium, and you can get the boar, you can get the bear one, which improves the unbreakable one, and you can get it with Armentarium, so you have 2 of those. So that seems like pretty good too. Like just have like all that crazy super regen with having 2 of them, and then
I'm like kind of at the point where I'm only going to delete a duplicate roll because you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 64 of these per class. Yeah. So it's like might as well have all of them. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I'm going to get all of them, but like
no, not all of them.
I don't know if I'm going to like really delete anything that's like individually different, because it's just like, well, you never know what could happen.
You never know.
Right?
I think there's going to be some really interesting combos across the characters that people are going to keep finding for a while because there's so many.
Looking at these perks, it is kind of neat that a Titan has an exotic that gives him 2 grenades. a warlock has an exotic that gives some extra melee charge, and then a hunter has an exotic that gives some extra class ability charge. I didn't realize that up until I think now.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate the
It's cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that we got Star Eaters, so I can actually do damage with a Nova Bomb.
Exactly. Or Needle Storm.
Yeah, Needle Storm kind of
really
shreds
excited.
with that thing too.
Yeah.
I'm curious how that applies to like Song of Flame also.
Oh yeah, I have no idea.
Or hear me out, Storm Trance. I don't. It could be the only thing that makes Storm Trance good.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
Curious.
You know,
seeing what happens with that. Yeah.
How do we know how it works on Hunter with roaming supers?
I have no idea
Cool.
on how it does with those. I think it does. I think it does improve them because I've seen damage testing where they try those with like the normal Star Eaters that hunters just have, and they like increase their damage. But like I think it was not a like they really wasn't the ones you should be doing for those. So I don't think it really will be here in this case either. I forget there were some interesting other hunter ones that I saw people messing around with, but I don't remember them all off the top of my head.
I mean, like Syntheseps with the fucking arc punch. I know people are talking about how bananas there was
like
is.
I'm trying to remember there was like a hand like a one I saw already people going crazy for because it like Liar's Handshake is like now like the current really like good thing with like the slow dodge and like that you have hand like Spirit of the Liar already on that class piece. So there was a combo that somebody had that was like really good. That was like a Spirit of the Liar and something else that like played into making that build just better than it already was because it was already really good. But yeah, I'm sure there will be other things like probably some kind of Star Eater combo that you could do with Hunter to get like even more crazy golden gun damage on Prismatic. So I'm sure it'll just be a thing where like over the coming weeks we'll continue to see like videos coming out just like this combo's crazy. So I'm sure we'll see some more videos like that soon. But
yeah, of course. People fucking one belling fucking title with 200.
Dude, less than one bell. It was like 0.2 belling this lady. I felt so bad. Max damage popping on. I didn't know we'd ever hit max damage in Destiny 2, but here we are, I guess.
They did it, yeah. And honestly, like I think that I don't know if other classes can get that high, but they could probably get pretty close because like all that really is because of fragments more than anything. And seeing how that stuff stacks.
Celestial Nighthawk also.
So yeah, Celestial, yeah. But yeah, because like I know like the thing is you proc you put the Stacy, you put like there's the fragment that does a void like if you put like a darkness debuff on an enemy, all of your light damage does like more damage, and then that stacks with the other fragment that makes it so when you get radiant, so you can get radiant and that on top of that. And then, do like some Star Eater super, or like, you could probably do some pretty nuts stuff with that
for sure.
On pretty much any class, really. So I'm curious to see, like, I'm sure we'll see more and more testing with those in the coming weeks. But yeah, that's largely it. The one, like, we have the TWAB, which, not too much in here. That really goes
kind of basically just covered all of this stuff. Yeah, really.
The one thing I did want to shout out, and I don't know if you two have gone and visited Zur since Final Shape.
Is like totally different now.
Zur is like full on, like he is like a new vendor. He has like a reward
another
track.
reputation track, Ari.
Another reputation track, baby.
It's your favorite thing in the world.
Let's go.
Fucking kill me, dude.
It is kind of neat that he just straight up sells catalysts, though. Like that's kind of
nice. I love that for the record. And he can also, from his engrams, he can drop red borders for old guns if you miss them.
Oh shit! Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, you can get red borders from him. Also, what I like is that because of the changes to engrams, our exotic engrams, you can just now buy like an exotic engram from him and then take it to rule instead of having to like just pop a random exotic from him. Just nice.
For the record, I've used all of my Senate shards and I still have not reset my rank with Rahul yet, and I am pissed about it.
I spent all of my Ascendant shards doing that. So
that's because that doesn't sound right. Because I definitely did not spend all of mine. And
did you do the tier 2 focusing?
Yeah.
full inventory of exotics, or
not the full inventory?
Well, how many shards did you have before that then?
I had like 13.
Okay.
But I'm upset. Okay,
you're
valid.
It.
Yeah,
it was like a steep hill to climb for it.
I forgot about
almost...
the focusing at first, and then I started focusing the ones I got after the initial 10. I dropped in there, and it just burned through all of my shit. And now I have like 20 prisms left, and I'm pissed about it because the coil's gone. And I can't get them anymore.
Yeah. No, I'm running pretty low. I think I'm out of Ascendant shards, so I still
have some, but yeah, this is probably the most I've spent in quite an extended period of time, because like now there's like an actual reason to spend some of this currency with the exotics and stuff.
Yeah, I would. I know that doing one of the cooperative focus a week gives you a guaranteed shard, but I'm also probably just gonna, whenever it's double Nightfall rewards, just have GM farm pretty hard.
That's pretty much
I'll be there.
That was always the plan. That's always usually how it goes, right?
Tin can in hand.
Best way to do it, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zur has like a bunch of stuff, so I'll just go over what they say in the Tawab. One thing is he will just now be in the tower. He won't move to different locations like he did before. I'm fine with that.
The 9 finally got him some fucking digs.
Yeah, they got him like an actual
hanging out where the Drifter used to hang out. It's very funny.
Yeah. It's like he actually has like a little like actual like shop like looking area, which is cool. Like when it changes. The one thing I thought was weird, is they're making strange coins a more proper currency, but they only drop from Vanguard, Crucible, Trials, Iron Banner, Gambit, and Onslaught activities. Yes. So they just took them from Dares and Paraversal Halls for some reason. I don't know why though, because like
I think they're probably. Well, I don't know. Do you still need strange coins in order to like open the chest in fucking Zur's treasure hoard?
I'm not sure. Maybe that changed. You need treasure. I think you need treasure. I think treasure keys were the things you needed to open that chest. Not strange. I think stranger coins.
Okay. Yeah, usually strange coins were used for
like
buy bounties and stuff.
Bounties for Star Horse.
Which I imagine they probably just rotated that out.
Yeah, they probably just made that glimmer.
Yeah. But I think it's just like, why not just have them drop from that activity too, though? Because they drop from everything else though at the same time. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That is weird.
Because like let's just make
probably just like another way that they're trying to get people to like engage more with the ritual stuff.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. It's just weird to like just be like, don't give a fuck about this activity anymore. Maybe they're gonna update it at some point, and maybe that's why. I don't know. But let's see. The other thing, so now like instead of just general currencies, you accrue strange coins just by doing ritual stuff, and then that's how you buy stuff off Zur now. Like you said, you can get catalysts, exotics. He has like more. He has like specific like engrams now. He has Zur engrams that you can get, and he has like focusable stuff. So like you can go into focusing menus and see like, oh, he has this set of weapons, so I can specifically focus for that stuff. So like you said, Ari, like you could just, if he has a certain set of weapons focusable that's weak, you need red borders from those, you can just go focus them from him, and and it all feeds into that thing. That's what I do like about it, is like it all kind of feeds into itself, where you just go, when I focused or like pull engrams, that gives me reputation for him specifically, and it all just kind of loops into itself when you're doing that stuff at him, which is nice. But yeah, that's good, I think. Overall,
confirmed Starhurst bounties are just glimmer now. And they're like weird amounts of glimmer, like 11,777 or 7,777.
Okay, so some would say that they are strange.
They're strange bounties.
Oh fuck.
the one thing I would have liked besides the Zur change was something we talked about was like, hey, you still got to do like 20 strikes to get a cipher. He still has that 20. He still has that quest. So like, ooh.
Yeah, I think that they are like, I think you get more ciphers from. There's like other ways to get them now. It's like still not I think there's more highly available.
Yeah,
but like
I think there's more on the battle pass than there was with the extra ranks. Yeah. Because I know they added extra deep sight harmonizers as well. And they did, I don't know if y'all have finished all of the ghost quests for.
Oh yeah, I got this one
for her. You get a deep sight for finishing all the ghost quests from Micah, which
is very interesting.
I thought that was nice.
Could have given me like a couple of more, you know what I mean? Why we gotta be so stingy about these things? You know?
They sure like to be stingy with those, and those like I'm hoping they add more sources for both of those.
It is very funny.
I appreciate.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say we have destination focusing now on the Pale Heart, so I can like get a red border a week and then like kind of focus in on one after that. So it's like it's better now. Okay.
I was just going to say that it is very funny that like it still requires you to run like 21 strikes essentially to get the exotic cipher. Excuse me. But like if you run that many, you'll probably get enough strange coins to just fucking spend enough to get an exotic cipher. So
yeah.
But like, then you get 2, I guess,
Yeah, but Cam, you could win 10 Crucible matches. Or, hear me out, you could win 10 Gambit matches.
No, you know what? Actually, I don't need the ciphers, it turns out, actually.
Okay.
I think I'm all right.
I'm
already upset they make me play like 2 matches of Gambit now with this Pathfinder stuff.
Have to engage with the Pathfinder.
While I'm leveling,
you need that bright dust.
I want that bright dust.
Yeah, fuck, you're so right.
So it is.
I guess there's the fucking Shadow Legion in it now, so like that's something.
And the Lucian Hive and the Dreaming City map.
I did get the Dreaming City map when one of those matches, but I've not seen either of the new enemy factions.
I really haven't either, because like the one game that I played that had the Shadow Legion in it, we got blown out by them killing the boss before we got to 49.
40.
So.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Last thing and the most important information from this TWAB. All hail the Rat King. Rat King's a very unique weapon that is not only very fun for everyone's afraid to use it, also very, very powerful, fastest time to kill. Yeah. Ease of use. C. Invisibility on kills. Yeah, that too. You can now renew the looks of Rat King with the opalized nobility weapon ornaments. So I think we should talk about it in the stream.
Pretty.
But they made like ornaments, a shader. They did like that little weapon bundle with that. But there's also the Rat King crown, which you can buy in the Everstore, and it is like a universal ornament, like the 30th anniversary ornament, where you can buy it. It's like a helmet you put on all 3 of your characters. When you have Rat King equipped, it makes the eyes glow and it has like a bunch of lights that like glow up on its head when you're wearing Rat King. And I think you get like more effects if you have other people with Rat King with you or something. At least that's what the thing says. And all I'm gonna say is I really hope to go into Grandmaster Excision with 12 other people that have Rat Kings.
So I wanted to bring this up. There was a Reddit post about this, and people want to know. I want to know, Mike, like, is it time that we raise the limit for Rat King?
I think we should.
12,
I think
it's time. We have our 12-person activity.
Yeah, it is as I understand, it is a hard stop at 6. But whenever the clown car raids were a thing, if you went above 6, it straight up broke Rat King's perk, and it just didn't work for anybody, which is actually even funnier.
Too many.
But no, I would love that. I would love it if like maybe it just wasn't even in the fucking patch notes. Like nobody's been able to try it because nobody has fucking. You can't do a 12-person activity. Like maybe they're like, by the way, it works.
It works now. We did.
It just shoots like a fucking sweet business. That'd be so good.
Fully ramped up.
Or that would be actually honestly kind of amazing if it's like you have like the max 6 of like what it does for those effects, but then when you go beyond 6, it adds like other shit to it. Like,
little rats come out of the gun and start
attacking or doing
every shot is volatile even though it's a kinetic, like shit's crazy.
It just keeps adding new crazy shit
procs
onto
kinetic tremors every 3 seconds. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Yes, that'd be incredible.
You're just radiant the whole time.
Breaks
gives you all the powers, gives you frost armor and jolting everything.
In the gun feed it just says you are the Rat King.
Yes. I am. We are the Rat Kings. But yeah, I think that's everything for this week.
I'm okay with Destiny slowing down a little bit over the next couple of weeks.
Same here.
It's been a lot to keep up with for the past 3 months. I feel like it's been. Yeah.
Been going strong here on Helm Tower.
What's the next event? Is it fucking
Solstice, baby?
Yeah. Okay, Solstice. That's the one that I'm just like.
You were ready to go back to the EAZ, my dude?
I literally launched it once last year. So
me too.
Yeah, me too. I think I like got on and got the ornaments for Bright Dust, and then I was like, nope, I'm good.
Yeah, I straight up just didn't play for like 3 weeks. So
yeah.
That was Season of the Deep last year, so I was like pretty checked out for the most part.
Yeah, a lot of people were.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a little downtime from Destiny, like I said from the top episode. Like I've been having a great time, but also just to catch up on other things.
It feels like a full-time job sometimes, you know?
Yeah. Especially over the past 3 months.
Yes.
So
yeah, for sure. So nice to take a little
break.
For
it to stop.
Oh, slow down Mike a bit, and I slowly progressing in the raid. Also, if
y'all made it 2 Encounter 4, or
we're 2 Encounter 4. Not really attempted it yet. We're gonna try some more Monday, Sunday potentially. We'll see.
I think it was Monday. Yeah, sounds like the plan. But hopefully, probably. I think we'll as we get into these later episodes, we can go back to maybe like taking a break from every episode every week in the future.
Yep.
We'll figure it out as we get deeper in.
Find our rhythm again, you know.
But yeah, fun as always, to chat, and then it'll be nice to take a little break. I'm excited for that Elden Ring DLC soon.
Hell yes, dude.
I'm definitely
so happy for the both of you.
I think I like the week leading up to that is I'm just gonna go all in on the replay, because I started one and then realized and then other stuff came up, and then we've been so Destiny pilled that I'm now just like, oh, that's out in like less than a week, and I'm like I started a new game and I'm like at the
7 days from today.
I'm at like the very start of the freaking game. I've not even done anything, so now I need to go get to Mog, which is like a lot of hours from now.
That's like 40, 60 hours into the game.
It's and like I'm on New Game Plus, at least, so I'm like powered up so I can get through a chunk of it fast-ish. But it's a lot of games.
And then fucking Dawn Trail's right around the corner too. There's so much. It just never stops.
Yeah,
the game
never
don't stop.
Games don't stop. But we'll be around. We'll still check in with Destiny. We'll probably have another episode next week talking about whatever, but well, from past that one, we'll figure it out as like we'll see if there's stuff to talk about.
We'll see the cadence of shit that pops off. You know.
Exactly. But thanks everybody as always for hanging out with us, listening, watching, and however you hang out with us here at Helm Tower. We appreciate it. But for now, we'll see you next time. Bye.